Hey guys, this is Esports Money's ESM, Mac 10, whatever you want to call me, and today we're going to be going over my guide to jungling Sand King. The goal here is to get level 6, a Blink Dagger. I'm gonna use the cheat code here to start the game so we don't have to wait so long. But basically the goal here is to get level 6, a Blink Dagger, and brown boots by around 8 minutes in. Now, one thing that I want to point out about this guide is that do not use this guide unless you're sure that your safe lane will be safe. You don't go jungling Sand King if you think that your safe lane farmer is going to be in trouble, or if you have a more efficient jungler and you should be lane supporting. That being said, if you're in a situation where the lanes look like they're 2-1-2 and your offlaner says, like, let me solo the offlane, and you don't feel like lane supporting, this is a great thing to do. This is always a nice little contingency plan. Additionally, like I said, don't do this at the expense of your safe laner's farm, but if you can play super greedy, then play super greedy if you can get away with it. We're not going to stack it. We're going to stack now, but we're not going to do anything until this first stack, and then we're going to stack and start channeling Sandstorm. So 50, 51, got the aggro, going to run away really quickly. 57, 58, 59. And now we have the Wild Wing stack. You won't be able to kill anything with your first level of Sandstorm. This is really a hard life jungle until you get to level 3. Once you get level 3, it's really a cakewalk. Everything dies relatively easily. In fact, I don't even know if it's necessary to get your level 5 Sandstorm or your 3 points in Sandstorm for this jungle build. You can just stack it on the stun. You will be putting your extra contingency points into your stun because Sand King's stun is awesome. Nope. And I can just kind of right-click that and toy around with him a little bit here, just because we have a lot of time. One thing I want to point out is that later on, when you kill this camp completely and you're waiting for the respawn, don't just stand there. Stack this camp while you're waiting for this one to respawn. If there's no creeps here and you can't stack it. Might have whiffed it a little bit there. No, I should be fine. Cash. One of the problems with this current set of camps is that they're very tanky, so it might take me longer to get my level 3 Sandstorm, but we will do what we can. We got 30 seconds on cooldown, so I will probably just hold my Sandstorm until the next stack comes around. This can feel very slow at times. This creep will aggro me, but it won't matter. They're going to run around for just a few moments here. This is, however, a very sensitive way to jungle in the sense that if you fuck up a stack, you really got a problem. Like, you need to get all your stacks. Alright, since there's 1.5 around 2 there, I'll attack at 52. Standard time. Normally you attack at around, for one stack, I'd say you could attack around 53, even closer towards the 54 side if you have a, like the satyrs that have the ranged attack. Trolls you can stack at the normal times. They don't really seem to give me a problem. The satyrs, on the other hand, are absolutely horrible to deal with. I hate the little satyr. The little satyr sucks. But if you're careful about it, shouldn't be too much of an issue. So close to level 3 now, but I'm just going to back this off. I need 300 experience. I got 15 seconds. In 15 seconds it will be almost 50 seconds again, so I'm just going to wait and try to stack this again. Alright, so this time I'm going to go in... When the clock says 51 from where I'm standing, I will right-click them. Woo! Run! Also, another thing is, you need to keep in mind whether or not the enemy has a Bloodseeker, because if you're playing super safe and trying to make sure you get the stack, even at the expense of taking even at the cost of taking some damage, you can find yourself in a very precarious situation if you have low health and they have Bloodseeker, because not only will your enemies be, or your allies be screaming at you because their lanes now suck because Bloodseeker's moving at 1,000 miles an hour and hits like a truck, but he can actually, or anyone on their enemy team can actually just come up and, you know, reach out and touch you. Uh-oh. That was a little blunder from me. I should have been moving fast because you have about 2 seconds. I believe you have 1.5 seconds after your Sandstorm ends in which you're still invisible, which is a great period of time to escape almost any damage that you'll take. The only damage that you will take is damage from ranged trolls if you get some ranged trolls. Ah, I'm taking some damage, but hey, it's okay. Over here, when you're stacking that, you kind of have to pray to RNGesus that you don't get the mud golems, because if you get mud golems, you kind of somebody out of luck. Okay, now we're doing a lot more damage. It's not really about the damage over time that's really great about the second level of it. It's the cooldown and the duration. Like, the duration goes from 20 to 40, which is pretty huge. And I don't think I'll be able to kill this guy with this sandstorm, but I almost am willing to just pop him with the burrow strike, because I... Almost. No, I got him. Okay. I believe everybody's dead here. They're all dead! Alright, now the goal is to go over here and hope we don't have mud golems. We have mud golems. I'm gonna stack this anyway, and then hopefully I can come back and... Okay, it didn't stack, whatever. Doesn't really matter. The only thing I would have gotten there would be one extra medium camp, and hopefully it wouldn't have been mud golems. I'm just gonna sandstorm this camp down now. Mud golems can screw this up quite a bit if you get them, not only because they lose aggro faster and they're harder to stack, but the big thing being that they don't take damage from your sandstorm. Also, we're not as worried about experience here, because even though Sand King's very experience dependent, he will be able to make that up. We're mostly just trying to get the fastest Blink Dagger possible. And now we are less than 100 gold away from Blink, which is a pretty awesome spot to be in. Like, it seems bad because you're not giving enough farm to your real cores, to your offlaner or to your safe lane farmer. But if your safe lane is safe, if there's another support there that's doing a good job, like you know, I won't name any heroes, but you know, a hero that can really support your safe laner by himself, and their offlane or the dual lane that's going against it is not winning, then this is insane. You're gonna have a Blink Dagger at like 7 minutes and change, and then, I mean, that's absolutely terrifying. 7 minutes and 16 seconds we bought our Blink Dagger, and that was with having a really bad medium camp. And now I'm level 5. At level 5, I'll go ahead and just get the third point in Burrow Strike. So now, let's take a quick assessment of where we are. We're at 7 minutes and 32 seconds in the game. We have a naked Blink Dagger, 3 points in Burrow Strike, and 2 points in Sandstorm. The cool thing here is that you can put those extra points into Burrow Strike, and so, I mean, let's face it, Sand King's he's not really like he's not a true core. He's a teamfight initiate type hero. And the neat thing about what he's doing here is that you still have essentially the same skill lineup that you'd have from the lane at level 5. You normally, at least when I play this hero in the lane, I normally will have 3 points in Burrow Strike and 2 points in Sandstorm by level 5, getting my ultimate at level 6. Something I really want to point out here is that if you don't get the mud golems, and you stack and you don't get mud golems, if you kill this stack while you're waiting for this stack to spawn, then by 8 minutes, between 8 and 8:30, you will have level 6, the Blink Dagger, and the Brown Boots. If you get basically the worst possible scenario, which is what just happened to me, then you're still going to get your Blink Dagger by around 7:16. And I made a decent mistake there by not stacking this camp. If I had actually stacked these and something that wasn't a Mud Golem was there and I'd come back and killed it, I could already have over half of my Brown Boots and up to 200 experience towards the 600 I need to get level 6 from level 5. So, there you have it. This is how you jungle Sand King. Remember, stacks on stacks on stacks. Don't mess up your stacks. Don't get under 50% health if there's a Bloodseeker on the enemy team. And don't do this unless you know that your safe lane is totally fine to farm and your off lane isn't or won't feed. Because once your off lane starts feeding, there's no reason for you to leave the jungle and go help him because you'll be underleveled, he'll be underleveled, and then you'll just get wrecked. So anyway, be cautious about using this guide, but I think it can be effective given the proper lineup. My name is Esports Money's ESM Mac10, whatever you want to call me. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe. You can find me on Twitter at Esports Monies. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/MacX10. Have a good day.